Hello everyone, this is part 40 of What If Naruto Figured It All Out, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Morning came over Konoha, telling its inhabitants to continue their lives. In the Hyuga district, Hinata was laying on her bed, still dressed in her pink pajama, staring a photo of her and Naruto that was on her bedside table, along with a white silk ribbon and a dragon soft toy. The woman's eyes denounced her sadness. Naruto-kun, she sorrowfully sighed, remembering when her father asked the man's face. And now, I don't want us to be apart. There was a knock on the door. Hinata looked surprised and said to the person it could come in. Her father appeared and sat on her bed. The woman hid her face in the middle of her pillows. There is something I need to talk with you about, Hiyashi started, but without no answer from his daughter. You know, there are no secrets within the Hyuga clan. I was hearing, when Naruto told you what he has done. Hinata's eyes opened wide and she quickly turned to her father, staring him nervously. Yes, I know he is the heir of the legendary Kurogen. Hiyashi closed his eyes. You know, father, Hinata had no idea what her father could do, now that he had that information. I was still a kid when my father told me the legend of the Norse ninja. I was admired with his courage and of course, I imagined what I would do if I was immortal like him or the powers I would get if I controlled dragons. Hiyashi smiled. To think Naruto has that power and yet, he betrayed his lineage just to save us, that's an act worthy of the Koryu lineage. Hiyashi turned to Hinata, seeing her a little blushed and with tears in the corner of her eyes. And you continued dating him, even after what he has done. I love Naruto-kun, even if, Hinata had no courage to end the sentence. I know you do, but trying to have a baby with him is not going to change the fact that he is S. Hiyashi said. Hinata took a deep breath as if she was about to cry. At least, Naruto was wise enough to say no. But I love him, Hinata bound her hand, grabbing her pajama trousers. After what he has done, having his child, it's the only thing I can do, Hiyashi sighed. Looks like I can't take that idea out of your mind, Hiyashi said. She gazed her father, showing no doubt on her eyes. Well, you are the one who knows what to do with your life, but you have to remember, you're a Hyuga. Hiyashi closed his eyes. Now that Hanabi was put aside, I want you to succeed as the new head of the Hyuga clan. Hinata's eyes opened wide as her breath started missing with surprise. Me. The Hyuga head. Hinata didn't know what to say. Her father smiled. Why? You're very fond. You care about the welfare of the others, main or branch. Everybody will love you, Hiyashi confessed, leaving Hinata even more embarrassed. Of course, that being the Hyuga leader means you will need to marry someone within the Hyuga. Hinata stared at her father. I know you love Naruto, but unfortunately, he is near death. You have no future with him. I know, but even being aware of that, Hinata stated. I will stay at Naruto-kun's side until the day he is. No matter what it happens. I won't leave him and I'll have his baby. Hiyashi smiled. You won't have his baby. Naruto will never accept it. Hiyashi got up and went to the door. Your coronation ceremony will be within 2 weeks. Of course, I'll always be at your side. Try not to do anything foolish. That includes having Naruto's babies. He left. Hinata looked down. Sorry, father, but that's my only wish. I will have Naruto-kun's baby. She whispered. In his flat, Naruto heard someone knocking on the door. The man wasn't expecting anyone that soon. He opened the door and it was Mirai and Kaoru. Naru-ni-chan. Kaoru jumped at him. Mirai smiled. So early, Mirai. What's wrong? Naruto asked. I'm going back to the hidden moon within an hour. I came to say bye, she said and put a sad face, which was noticed by her younger brother. What? Naruto asked. Please, look over yourself, Mirai begged, making Naruto blush. Don't get K. Naruto smiled, trying to make her more optimist. Don't worry, I'm as tough as iron. I'm not going to answer easily, Naruto said, putting his hand on the Tsukikage's shoulders. You too. Please, stay alive, Mirai smiled. I'll try my best, she said. Naruto and Kaoru started feeling a strong and sweet fragrance. The Anbu looked at the kid. It's not mine, Kaoru said. Naruto stared Mirai, seeing her blue eyes. Scald, he exclaimed. She smiled back. Long time no see, Naruto. Scald said, caressing the man's face. Your lifespan is incredibly strong, you continue to live. I'm so happy. Naruto's face was shining with his blush. Scald got closer to him, making him feel more nervous. I've missed you. Naruto's lower lip was trembling. Are you okay? I've been very worried with you. After all, you have betrayed Kurogen. Naruto lowered his head. Scald continued staring him, waiting for an answer. Kaoru was gazing them. Naruto. I'm fine, he answered. I can't lie to her. She knows everything. Scald hugged him, making the man feel better. It's true. I didn't feel well betraying my ancestor. Kurogen let me meet Yondaime Hokage so I could thank him for not seeing me as a monster. Thanks to him, I finally knew something about my family, yet, Naruto looked at Kaoru. I've betrayed him, he no longer appears before me. Don't worry, Scald said, smiling. Naruto found it strange. Kurogen is safe. Naruto had tears on his eyes. Such as Konoha. Wasn't that your biggest wish? The man smiled. Yes, I guess it still is, he answered. Scald stared Kaoru, followed by Naruto. Thank you, Scald, for helping me saving Konoha. I'm an angel, remember. Even after all the suffering Susanoo made me pass, even after being denied by Kurogen and seeing him such as all the humans dear to me, my true nature remains. Scald leaned her head in Naruto's shoulder, rubbing her face on him. I'm still waiting for the day I'll be free to fly again, in a place where the rivers flow and the fields are golden. The Jinchuriki caressed her hair. I love you, she confessed in tears. Naruto looked at her, seeing her blue eyes closing, and then she fainted. Oh, are you okay? Naruto asked. Mommy. Kaoru went near Mirai. She opened her eyes. It was the Tsukikage again. What? Have I fainted or something? Mirai saw Naruto. Oh, sorry. She got up and picked Kaoru. I haven't been sleeping very well. Well, I have to go. Bye, Naruto said. She smiled and left. Naruto looked down again. I'm so sorry, Mirai, if only I could tell you the truth. The Tsukikage reached the village's gates, where her cousins, Jiraiya and Kakashi were waiting. Finally, Bio said, why do you always take so long at Naruto's place? Kyo said. She trickily smiled. What, are you jealous? She asked. They turned their faces aside, a little blushed. Take care of yourself, Kakashi asked her, worried. If I was going to I would know. Mirai calmed him and put Kaoru on the ground. The boy started crying. Oh, my baby, don't cry. Mommy will come back. But, you always take so long. I wanna be with mommy. He cried and grabbed her legs. Mirai also had tears on her eyes. Don't go. Ah, Kaoru, mommy lives in another village and she is the queen of that village, so, mommy needs to be there, just like daddy needs to be here. Mirai explained, but Kaoru was too young to understand. Here, give mommy another hug. After a hard farewell, Mirai, Kyo and Bio summoned 3 giant white wolves and ride them. See your, she said. Jiraiya was staring her, seriously. Don't worry. Bye, old man, the twins said, and the 3 left, departing to the village far north. The Moon Ninjas, after a 3 days long trip, reached a small harbor in the north of the Lightning Country. The harbor looked ancient and the houses, just like the ships, were a mix of the Japanese and Norse culture. The sun shined like never before, while the sea was as calm as the waters of a lake. The group took a boat, sailed by a Viking, and after sailing a little, they saw an island covered with pine trees in the horizon. The Hidden Moon Village's island. The one Kurogen found and where he built a new homeland to his people. They ported in their village. Just like the harbor from before, the village was painted with the colors of 2 civilizations. Everybody in that place had blonde or red hair, such as light-colored eyes. It was also spring in there. The flowers bloomed in the middle of wooden statues of the Norse gods with runes telling a prayer or a wish. Mirai and her cousins walked through the village, complimenting everyone, until they reached a huge palace near the sea. It looked a lot like Naruto's castle, except that it was not big in height, but in width. The Tsukikige's heart started beating faster as she ran to the front gate and entered in the palace's pine tree garden. Someone was there. More than one person, about 8, all wearing a black man's kimono. She recognized all of them, smiling and running at a man with long black hair tied on a ponytail. The Tsukikige hugged him tightly, catching him by surprise. "Itachi, you've came back," she happily said. The man smiled, crossing his arms around her. "Mirai," he said, closing his eyes. "We." The other men mocked. "See Mirai-chan and Itachi." Deidara said, playing with them. The two blushed. "Yeah, sure Itachi is going to F his C off, tonight." Hiden screamed. Kakazu sent him a bad look, as if he was already tired of hearing Hiden's bad language. Mirai-chan also has the face of someone who wants a free ride. Kisame said. Itachi sent him an angry look. "I'm glad to know you're okay," she said, tearing. Itachi smiled again. "What's all this noise about?" A voice shouted, scaring the Akatsuki members, who started trembling. A man with his nose and ears filled with K appeared. His eyes were green-gray and had an odd ripple pattern. His spiky ginger hair resembled Naruto's and his serious look could frighten even the strongest of warriors. He stared his fellow Akatsukis and then sent Deidara a bad look. "What do you do when your leader comes before you?" "I bow down my head to my magnanimous leader." Deidara quickly bowed down, just like all his companions. "Humph." The leader stared at Itachi, who also lowered his head. "Long time no see, Tsukikige Dono." "Daddy." Mirai hugged the mighty leader, making him blush slightly. "I've missed you so much, Daddy." Leader blushed. Toby pointed, unknowing that act would start a chain reaction that made all the members started to more than 1,000 abdominals with their butts above corn grains. "Don't you ever say that I blushed again. Have you heard me?" Pain screamed. "Yes, my magnanimous leader," they screamed. Mirai, Kyo and Bio were looking at him, open-mouthed. Uncle, we wanna be like you," Kyo and Bio said firmly, while their eyes sparkled with admiration, making their uncle smile. "So, Mirai, how is everything?" Pain asked. She looked down. "So, you haven't found chi yet?" "No," she answered sadly. Itachi stared her, lowering his head after hearing her answer. "I've looked everywhere, searched for any information, nothing, no clues about Orochimaru's trace, chi. Well, I must inform you, that now, we are ready to take the last Biju." Pain said. Mirai quickly interrupted. "But, Naruto is my younger brother, Uncle Flash's kid. You were Yellow Flash's friend, please. Don't hurt him." Mirai begged. "I know he may not mean anything to you, but to me, is the brother I always knew I had, but that I never saw until I went to Konoha. During our sojourn in the Dragon Country, I found out I don't need to take Kyuubi out of Naruto." Pain explained. Mirai found it very strange. You see, Yellow Flash used a technique before sealing Kyuubi within Naruto that separated the demon in two. The Yin Kyuubi and the Yang Kyuubi. The Yin Kyuubi perished with Yondaime, as the Yang Kyuubi remained within Naruto. "I don't need half of a demon." "You're saying," Mirai stared realizing his point. "I already know where Gamma and Omega are." Pain confessed, shocking his daughter. "Plus, even if I tried I couldn't K Naruto." "Why?" she asked. "There is no point in telling you that." Pain answered, leaving Mirai worried. "The 8 Biju shall be enough. Their energy will feed Skuld and replace her body." "So, you were capturing the Biju to give Skuld the body she lost when she was sealed within Nana, the first medium." Mirai realized. "Yes, Skuld needs a new body, so she can walk the earth. My men will rest for 3 weeks, after that, we will head for Gamma and Omega and free Skuld, to finally fulfill our wishes." Pain said. Mirai breathed deep. "Don't worry, I won't let my daughter expire in the middle of it. I can't stop having a bad feeling about this." Mirai confessed. Pain knit his brows. "It must be feminine instinct." A female voice said. Kyo and Bio started drooling. A woman with blue hair and a white rose addressing it appeared with a 2-year-old child with ginger hair on her arms. I also alerted Pain about that, but he decided to continue. Pain. Mirai found curious that now Konan addressed her father just by Pian and not by all the names he made the Akatsukis call him, but then, the Tsukikige noticed the little boy on her arms. "Ah, that kid on your arms," Pain and Konan blushed a lot. "He has Rinnegan, just like us and Uncle." Kyo and Bio realized, looking closer to the kid, who hid himself within Conan's sea. Mirai stared her father again. Don't tell me. Mirai turned to her father. You and Conan-san. Pain didn't answer, looking aside so his daughter couldn't see his blushed face. He. Kyo and Bio mocked. Uncle has a girlfriend. Uncle has a girlfriend. Oh, let me see him. Mirai took the baby out of Conan's arms. Hello, little brother. The kid was much blushed and almost crying. Don't be scared. I'm your big sis Mirai. The kid started crying. Oh. Don't worry. He is not used to see different faces. Conan picked back her baby. Here, Mikhail. Mom's here. The baby stopped crying. I'm happy for you, Daddy. Mirai said. He stared her. Mommy was right, you really had another kid. Pain looked down, which was noticed by Conan. Oi, you ill-mannered ninjas. You can stop doing that, you're free to go. The leader gave his subordinates an order and they obeyed. My back, it hurts. Deidara said. Mirai went near Itachi and caressed his head. I need to talk with you. She said. The Akatsuki went inside the palace, while Mirai and Itachi decided to go to her room, which was filled with soft toys and girly stuff. The couple sat on the bed and Tsukikage decided to tell him about Kaoru. You had a child with Hatake Kakashi. Itachi was caught by surprise and became very sad. I cannot censure you, he said in pain. I was the one who told you to continue living your life and to forget about me. Mirai smiled and held his hand. I much confess, both I and Kakashi were drunk that night and, plus, it was very odd. Mirai said. Odd. Itachi tried to realize what she was talking about. I've told you before. Once Skuld is in my body, my fertile period is always regular. I'm with my period in full moon nights and I'm fertile in the new moon, but, when I made love with Kakashi it was in the beginning of the last moon. She told. Itachi also found it strange. My heart broke when I realized I was waiting a child, but I couldn't neglect Kaoru, plus, he is very cute. Itachi continued a little angry for having someone else sleeping with his girl. Sorry, you must be mad at me. Itachi turned his face aside. I always screw up my life. And Chi? Itachi asked. Nothing, she answered. I miss our girl so much. I remember that the last thing she said to me it was also the first time she called me, Mama. Chi. Oh. She also rose her arms to me, and called me, Papa. Itachi remembered and then the two stared each other for a long time. You look very pretty now that your hair is bigger. Mirai blushed, feeling Itachi's hand holding hers. Now I'm here too. We will find Chi. Itachi kissed her, making her tearing of happiness. You continue to be the same as always. He laid her on her bed. In the hidden moon's cemetery, Pain was staring a grave and then placed a bunch of flowers there. It must be hard, he said. US giving birth to Flash's child, yet, he is not in heaven with you to comfort your lonely soul. The leader heard some steps and looked aside, seeing Conan, who appeared to be sad. Why are you here? Conan asked. You still think about her, don't you? Pain thought it was better for him not to answer. What am I and Mikhail to you? Am I some kind of toy? Pain went near her and held her face with his hand, binding it tightly. Haven't you joined Akatsuki to fulfill your greatest wish? Pain asked, seeing Conan's angry look. Are you going to revive her? Conan asked, but Pain showed no emotions. Answer me. Do you really think so? Pain asked, making the kunoiki's eyes open wide. That wouldn't change her luck. My wish is the same I had in mind when I left this village almost 20 years ago. He smiled to Conan. I wouldn't exchange you for anything in this world. Conan smiled and hugged him. Don't forget we are in a graveyard. Sorry, Pain, she said and the two left. In the middle of the night, Itachi and Mirai were laid down on her bed, covered with her pink blankets. The Tsukikage had her head leaned in the Akatsuki's sea, while he caressed her red hair. The two were much blushed, staring the moon through the big window of the room. What a beautiful night, Mirai said and looked at her lover. You seem to be worried. Do you think Sasuke could have hurt Chi? Itachi asked. Mirai closed her eyes. I doubt it. Sasuke may hate me a lot, but he would never hurt a baby. He has already done it. Mirai said. Itachi sat on the bed and stared her, curious about what she just said. If you told Sasuke you have just killed the clan because it was an order from your superiors. I can't do that, Itachi answered, cuddling her face with his fingers. He always saw our clan as one of the greatest. I prefer leaving the things as they are now. But he has Archie. I know, but we will get her back. Trust me. Thank you for supporting me. I know you hate Sasuke, but he is the little brother you have spared. Even with all the anger I have towards him, Mirai remembered the moment Sasuke found her Itachi, and because of that, she had to leave her village. How could he do that? Come here. Itachi hugged her again. Soon Skuld will be freed and we will be together, forever. They passionately. Far from there, in Konoha, Naruto went to Hinata's house, so the two could go to the cinema. Hinata didn't find yet the courage to tell Naruto she was going to be the new leader of her clan. The two walked through the village, holding their hands until they reached the destination. So, Hinata, which movie do you wanna see? He asked. She had her head lowered, thinking about everything, so she hasn't heard him asking. He crossed his arms around her. Is there something wrong? She glanced him, showing her worried eyes. We can go some other place if you want to, but you need to tell me what's wrong with you. Naruto asked, caressing her face. The two ended up sitting in a quiet place, near a big flowered garden. Only the birds were heard, as Naruto waited for Hinata to tell him what was tormenting her soul. Naruto-kun, she started. When are you going to have your next mission? Well, my vacation finishes tomorrow, so I will have another mission after tomorrow. Naruto said. It's the day of my coronation. Hinata thought. It's just that. By the way, your vacations were supposed to finish before mine. Yet, you're still here. I'm going to be announced as. No, don't tell me you will be the next Anbu leader. I wished so much for that place. Naruto quickly said, showing how much he desired that promotion. Don't worry, Naruto-kun. I left the Anbu, she said, catching her boyfriend by surprise. But you were doing so well. Plus, I was going to ask Kakashi-sensei to put you in my team, so we could be together. Naruto said. Hinata held his hand. What's wrong? Are you sick or something? Hinata gazed his eyes. I can't, she thought. I can't tell Naruto-kun I'm going to be the next Hyuga leader. He will realize we won't be able to be together, plus, if I told him that, he will definitely not agree with me having, Hinata, she heard his call. No matter what it happens, I'll make you happy as long as I live. Promise of a lifetime. Naruto-kun. Hinata hugged him, making his cheeks turn red. I really have no problem at all. You can always wash them away. Naruto smiled at her, showing his happiness. I wish I could marry you. The man gave a little laugh, coming closer to Hinata's lips. We would wake up together, have breakfast, let our kids on the academy, work, pick them in the afternoon and spend some time with our children, then have dinner and go to sleep. I want that kind of life. I want to share that kind of life with you. You really are a dreamy girl. Naruto said, passing his finger through her lips. You're the woman of my life. Liar, they for a long time. Naruto was holding Hinata so tightly and osculating her so passionately, she got out of breath. Anyone could see those two were to get together in a bed. They stay in that garden bench made of stone for the rest of the day. Naruto's team vacations ended up and they had go pass through another long and exhaustive mission. Kiba and Sakura were at their house, packing their stuff. I wonder if Shikamaru already impregnate Temari again. Kiba mocked, making Sakura smile. I barely saw them these vacations, sure they know how to profit their time. The man stared his girlfriend, blushing. Maybe we should also learn how to profit ours. Sakura blushed a lot. Kiba. I don't want to profit my time taking care of babies. Sakura said. Plus, it's already hard enough taking care of you and Akamaru. The dog barked. You say that because you never had to take care of yourself. Kiba remembered, causing Sakura to lower her head. Oh, I'm sorry, Kiba hugged her. I'm so sorry, I didn't want to. You're right, she confessed. You had to go for such a harsh time with me that time, she gazed Kiba in the eyes and smiled. Only someone who truly loved me would bear that. Kiba blushed, embarrassed and without knowing how to answer that. Sakura him for a long time and then the two fell in the couch. They started touching each other's body and taking their clothes out. When we find Chi and gave her back to Mirai-sama, we can give up on being Anbu and start living a more quiet life. Just the two of us. I like when you make plans for us. Kiba ended up his sentence with AK on his girlfriend. They continued loving each other, as the sun started rising, illuminating the photos in their bedside tables. One of them was from Team 7, although Sasuke was taken off, as if it was not needed for him to be there, or maybe because someone did not want to see his face. Later, in Kakashi's office, the three Anbu were only expecting Shikamaru, who, as usually, was late. It's always the same thing. Kiba complained. I'm sure that bastard is late because he was increasing the number of leaf ninjas who has a sand kunoichi as a mother. Kakashi sighed and then looked at Naruto. Are you really feeling better? The Hokage asked, hearing a yes as an answer. I'm really worried about your wealth. Every time you came back to Konoha you have some kind of problem and you end up in a hospital's bed. So what? Every time you had a mission you also ended up in a bed. Naruto remembered, making Kakashi feel down. Sorry. The door opened and Shikamaru entered in a rush. My baby daughter was a little sick. Call it sickness. Kiba mocked. I've already heard people calling it many things, but sickness sure sounds new. Shikamaru sent him a bad look and then turned to the Hokage. Oh, Hokage-sama, I've received this promotion this morning. Shikamaru showed an envelope with a paper stamped by the Hokage. It's true that you want me to be the new Anbu leader. Naruto's mouth opened wide and he became filled with angriness. What? The Jinchuriki quickly put himself above the Hokage's desk and stared the man's eye. You always knew I wanted that place. Why haven't you give it to me? Plus, you gave it to Shikamaru who only loves to see clouds and make babies. Ah, Naruto, I'm not a breeding machine. Shikamaru tried to defend himself, as also to show he was not interested in the place or that he asked for it. Kakashi-sensei, I'll never recover for such treason. Naruto staged a scene worthy of an Oscar. Kakashi rolled his eye and sighed. Isn't your dream to become Hokage? I chose Shikamaru so I hadn't to put you there. Kakashi explained, but Naruto didn't understand it. Imagine that I choose you and for some reason some few months after. Taking you out of the Anbu would make them go for another phase of adaptation to a new leader. When you are Hokage, you need to think about those things. I still don't get it. Naruto said with a angry face, making Kakashi sigh again. Well, no time to lose. Here is your mission. Kakashi gave Naruto the papers. Shikamaru, when you get back you will assume your duties as the new Anbu leader. Okay, he said a little annoyed, especially because Naruto was sending him a bad look. The group left Konoha and departed. Right after that, Hinata entered in Kakashi's room. She never was so pretty in her entire life. Her white and pink kimono appeared to be the one of a god and her makeup was perfect, such as hairstyle and all of her addresses. She was a little shy. Ho Hokage-sama, I came to pick you for my coronation ceremony. She said. Kakashi stared her. Haven't you told Naruto about it? I was expecting to have him asking me to delay the mission. Kakashi asked. She lowered her eyes and then smiled. I wanna make him a surprise. Plus, you know my father doesn't feel very comfortable with Naruto-kun near me and my sister blames him for being a part of the throne. She said, but didn't convince Kakashi. Let's go. You can take Kaoru-kun with you, Hokage-sama. Thank you. If I left him alone and didn't take him for a party he would cry all day long. Sure he looks like a mini Naruto. Kakashi confessed. Hinata smiled and the two picked the little boy and departed to the Hyuga district. All the houses from the noble family were adorned with flowers and every member dressed for the ceremony with elegant clothes. Hinata went near her father and Neji. Welcome, Hokage-sama, Hiashi said. I'm glad you have joined us in this important day. A Hokage must not pass the entire day in his office. Kakashi mocked. So, did you give up being the leader? No, I simply thought my daughter is going to do a better job than me. Hiashi confessed, making Hinata blush. Don't worry, Hinata, I'll always be here to support you. She smiled again. Neji noticed she was very nervous and a little sad. He assumed it was because of Naruto's absence. I wanna have cake. Kaoru pulled his father's clothes. I can get you a piece. Come. Hinata picked the boy's hand and went to the kitchen, where lots of lavish food were waiting to be served. She see a big piece of a chocolate cake and gave it to Kaoru, taking with to the backyard garden. She felt she needed a moment alone to relax a little. Will I be able to do this? she whispered and then stared at Kaoru, who was looking to a red flower in the lake. Kaoru-kun, is there something wrong? That song, he said. I had a dream this night, a beautiful voice sang in a beach. Have you seen it on a cartoon or something? Hinata asked, but he said no. And that song, do you remember it? Yes. Kaoru smiled. It's very pretty, but I don't know why, it makes me sad. I remember mommy singing it to me. See, that's from where you remember it. Hinata said. No, that voice is really pretty, perfect. Mommy's voice is not so good and she never finished singing it. Kaoru explained. Do you remember the song? Can you sing it? Hinata asked. Yes. Kaoru joined his hands and started singing, as if he was praying. As he sang, his smell became stronger and he, without realizing, started tearing. Eating roasted browns in the harbor, watching the white world in front of me. Hearing the howls of the nearby wolves, under the soft tones of the sunset. The earth nights in the west, where the sun sleeps and the mist turns into ice. North is the sun's right side and shows me the land of the two sides of life. From where you came and for where you go. Land of the dragons and the winds. It's the place of legends and immortality, and where the heaven touches the earth, the place of the 9 worlds. Land of the fire is the south, placed in the same direction of the ring you gave to me. Then I look to the place the moon rises back, place of birth and renovation. Home of the waves, where the music embraces passion. This is my harbor of wind and waves, where the sea is painted with white waves and the wind blows with the sacred beings. And you God of my heart, who rises the sun and moon, finally you've came back to me and you blessed me with love. It's time to shine again. My dear beloved one, I'm here. Embrace me in this harbor, come and take shelter, and now we can live, as one, for the rest of eternity. Kaoru opened his eyes and cleaned them. Hinata was perplexed. She never thought the kid could have such a beautiful voice, plus, the song was so intense and kind of magical. Kaoru-kun, that was amazing. She admitted and went near him. Why are you crying? I don't know. It made me sad. He answered as Hinata cleaned his tears. You have a pretty voice, she said, making him feel better. Come, let's go back to the party. The celebration continued without any incidents and Hinata became officially the new leader of the Hyuga clan. But the woman missed Naruto in the party, feeling that his fault was insufferable. In the woods, already far from Konoha, the night fell, showing a crescent moon. Naruto's team was getting ready to sleep. What a day. Kiba sighed, sitting on the ground, pulling Sakura to his lap, making her blush. Sure, being an Anbu sucks you dry till the bone. Shikamaru also sat, watching the map he had from the surrounding areas. We haven't covered this area yet. He pointed to a big forest. According to Mirai-sama's information, her Ornulu are covering the area before this one, so, we need to check this place. Naruto stared the map. He disbelieved. It's just a big cherry trees forest. I don't see Orochimaru hiding there. That's why we are going there, because that's the perfect place for them to be hiding. Shikamaru said and kept the map. Naruto picked some food and was about to eat, when he noticed Kiba and Sakura were k each other fervently. Both the Jinchuriki and the new Anbu leaders sent him a bad look. You know, it's already hard enough to be apart from my wife, but what's really worse is seeing you two mating. The happy couple blushed. Really, Sakura-chan? From Kiba I was already expecting something like that, but you. My sweet Sakura-chan, Naruto mocked. She hid her face between her shoulders. By the way Naruto, Shikamaru called. Why haven't you go to Hinata's coronation party? Are you mad with her or something? Naruto's eyes opened so wide that his friends realized he had no idea about what they were talking about. What? Hinata is the new leader of the Hyuga. He asked, completely caught by surprise. But she hasn't told me anything, why? Kiba had no idea why she has done that, but he was sure it was related with Naruto's health. The Jinchuriki lowered his head, staring the ground and then turned to his friends. Continue the mission, I'll meet you tomorrow morning. Naruto said, surprising them. But we have Shikamaru was about to speak but then saw Naruto biting his finger. Drake stammering. Naruto put his hand on the ground and runes started to shine, summoning a big soft pea green dragon with angel wings. He passed his finger through Sakura's face. Don't wash your face, it's the only way I have to find you guys again. The man sat on the dragoness. Head to Konoha. Yes, you, she said and started moving her wings, flying at high speed, leaving a green flash trail on her way. Naruto's partners looked at the sky. So, he left to see Hinata. Shikamaru sighed. How troublesome. The dragoness flew quickly over the starry night, while Naruto only had Hinata on his mind. So that's what you were hiding me, he thought. You were going to become the new Hyuga leader, Naruto smiled. Is there something wrong, you? The dragoness asked. No, Rayagria. Everything's fine, he said, and they reached the village. Land me over there. Rayagria stopped and put her claws on the ground. On her room, Hinata was looking at her mirror. The clock on her desk marked 2:45 a.m. She couldn't get any sleep, so she decided to look at Naruto's picture on a frame. Naruto-kun, I wish you were here, she confessed. Everybody of her clan was sleeping, resting from the celebration, but she even have no will to close her eyes, unless it was for imagine her lover's face. Naruto, she sighed. Yes, Hinata smiled. I need him at my side so much that I already imagine his voice. No, I'm really here, he said. Hinata's eyes opened wide when she saw the man's reflection on her mirror. Naruto smiled and hugged her. Please, never hide anything from me like that again. Naruto-kun, the Hyuga leader smiled like never before and hugged him. I'm so sorry. I should have told you. I needed you at my side. I needed to see your smile to calm me down and made me realize everything was okay. Naruto-kun, he caressed her face and smiled. Quiet. Your family is sleeping, he warned. Hinata put her hands in front of her mouth and then felt Naruto's over her body. I would be here to support you. When Shikamaru told me about you, I realized I needed to come, I needed to see you, to be with you in this important day. That's why, I've left everything behind and came. Hinata felt very flattered. The two gazed each other's eyes and then for a very long time. The sound of the crickets filled the night, as a soft breeze made the leaves move. Naruto put his hands in Hinata's purple belt made of cloth and untied it, letting it fall on the ground. They leaned their foreheads and again. The Anbu passed his hand towards Hinata's sea, causing both to blush. I'm feeling very happy, for being the one you have chosen, to make that button bloom into a rose. Naruto said. Hinata's eyes opened wide as she felt Naruto laying her down on her blankets. She continued staring him as he took off his Anbu waistcoat and then his black shirt and his sandals. Their breath speed increased. Naruto bowed down near her and started and licking her as he pulled her pink robe down, seeing her short white lace-trimmed nightdress. Hinata's body started to shiver at every touch of Naruto's strong and sweated body. His smell was intense and nearly made her go into a hypnotic state. Do you remember what I did to you, that day your father caught us? Hinata stared him, seeing his head going inside the blankets. She started feeling very hot, as her body appeared to be paralyzed with pleasure. Her hands held Naruto's hair tightly as he her little bunny. Naruto was also much blushed, sensing Hinata's body shaking with delight. She had to cover her mouth with a pillow, to hide the screams she was giving while Naruto continued. After making his girlfriend fly to the stars, Naruto stared her eyes, taking of the pillow. She continued shaking. Naruto K-kun, Hinata could barely speak. She knew what was going to happen next. It was finally the time they've waited for. You're the most wonderful person I've ever met. You deserve everything a man can offer. Everything. Naruto her under her ear, continuing to cuddle her body. Hinata felt so amateurish while Naruto appeared to know what, how and when to touch her. He was holding her so tightly, as his trousers started slipping out while he continued her body. The man was feeling the pleasure he longed for. Being with Hinata always made him feel more certain of himself. That even if he made a mistake, she wouldn't laugh and would support him, telling that errors are a part of the learning and growing process. He interlaced his finger with hers and continued rubbing his body on Hinata's. Are you ready for this? He asked. She looked him in the eyes and smiled, once she couldn't speak with all her nervous and excitement. Then put this on me and let's go. I'm going crazy. Naruto showed her a condom he had on his hand when they interlaced their fingers. She stared the condom and then closed her eyes, while taking it out of the plastic pocket. Sorry, Naruto-kun, she thought. but this may be the only chance I have to become pregnant. Hinata focused a little of chakra and made a microscopic hole on it, but big enough to make a mistake. Naruto continued her as he expectantly waited for her to put the condom in its place, unknowing what Hinata was planning. Give me a child, Naruto-kun. Tears fell from her eyes while Naruto put himself above her again. Make him as cute, as pretty and as healthy as. The image of Kaoru singing appeared on her mind. Please, Naruto. Forgive me for doing another thing without telling you, but seeing us leaving me only with our memories, it's something I can't accept. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. She crossed her arms around Naruto's neck. Forgive me. He pulled one of her legs up and her again. I'm going to start. If it begins hurting, let me know. Hinata, I saw your lights on. Hiashi had opened the door and heard what Naruto just said. The two never felt so bad in their entire lives. Hiashi's vein on his forehead started pulsing with anger. What are you doing here? Weren't you supposed to be on a mission? Duh. What do you think I'm doing? You already had 2 daughters. Naruto was pissed off for having someone interrupting him right when they were about to get serious, that he hasn't realized he was making Hinata's father even angrier. Hinata, what? He noticed his daughter was crying and shivering. Are you wrapping her? Ah, Naruto didn't see that one coming. Hiashi got the wrong idea. No, I'm only doing this because she agreed. Tell him, Hinata. Naruto asked. She tried but she was too nervous to answer and cried again. You bastard. Hiashi threw a kunai at Naruto, who jumped to avoid it. You won't leave this house alive. All the lights from the Hyuga district turned on and all the members from the clan had their eyes on Naruto. Wait, I can explain. I wasn't. Him. Hiashi ordered. All the Hyuga went after him. Hinata sat on her bed and tried to catch her father's hand, but he already had left. Nana, she continued very excited to speak. Hinata-sama. Neji entered and went near her. Are you okay? She covered her body and lowered her eyes, feeling very sad. Tears fell from her eyes. Were you trying to call them back? I don't want Naruto-kun to be hurt, she asked. Neji got up and went after the others. After his left, Hinata started crying, feeling useless. Naruto continued running through Konoha, only in his boxes, tracked by the angry Hyuga. What have I did wrong? Naruto exclaimed, seeing the Hyuga coming closer. I need to mislead them. Taju Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Hundreds of Narutos appeared in the road and started running in different ways. Not even a Byakugan could tell which one was the real. Where did he go? Hiashi continued very angry, searching for the Jinchuriki in the middle of the night, unknowing he was watching him in the skies, on the backs of a dragoness. God, that was so close. Naruto sighed. Do you want me to fight them, you? Rayagria asked. Naruto lowered his look, a little sad and sighed again. No. Track my bee in Sakura's face. It's better not to enter the Hyuga's house while they continue with their heads hot. Naruto said and Rayagria flew away. Sorry Hinata. Seems it wasn't destined to be this night neither. Damn, I really wanted to make you happy, you appeared to be enjoying it so much. After a minute flying, Rayagria found Sakura and the others, landing near them. The kunoiki blushed when she saw Naruto on his boxes. Naruto. She hid her eyes. What are you doing here undressed like that? Ah. He had no idea how to explain it. PFFT. You were caught red-handed. Kiba laughed, making Naruto blushed. You're really dumb. How troublesome. Shikamaru said, taking some clothes out of his bag and giving them to Naruto. Here, dress these. Thanks, he said, but then he started hearing a buzz in his ears. It was so strong that made him fall on his knees and scream. Naruto. Kiba went near him. This voice, the Kurogan's heir heard something in his head. Come. The voice begged. Come. She insisted incessantly. Come to me. I'll be touched by a night with no moon. Save me. Save me from everyone on my path. Please. Naruto scolded. The buzz ceased and he looked to his friends. Forget the mission. We need to go to the hidden moon. Quickly. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.